Drive to Gray. What, TTC?
Yeah. I forgot. Bienvenido. How many?
6.
6?
As we slide on into the front table, we slide all the way over to the left-hand side to make room for your entire party. If for some reason your entire party is a little bit cramped, no worries, we will get you on the next track. Yep. And my friends on the right-hand side, please watch this. Because of the saddle-like structure on top of its beak. And yes, I did say saddle-like, not satellite. Right over here on your left-hand or your right-hand side, you are going to see an okapi. At first glance, I know what you're thinking. It looks like it might be a distant cousin to the zebra. However, it is actually closely related to the giraffe, and that's because of its skull structure. It does use those black and white stripes on its legs to kind of blend in with the nature around it just a little bit better to kind of give it an edge up on its predators. Now, as we come through this corner, it looks like he might be hiding out a little bit. Oh, he's going to make an appearance for us. This is going to be our black rhino. Our black rhino, we know that he can weigh up to 5,000 pounds. But there are only 3,000 left in the world today, and that is because they are susceptible to extreme poaching. And we'll talk about that in just a second. Now, on our right-hand side, we're going to see some bongos right up there. We're also seeing some bongos right down here. If you notice these bongos, while they do have a very gorgeous orange coat, they also have horns that go backwards. That is because whenever they see a predator or someone that startles them, they actually will dive into brush. And so they go backwards, so that way they do not get tangled up in the brush. And over here on our left-hand side, we are going to see a greater kudu. Greater kudus can weigh up to 750 pounds. And if you notice, she does not have any horns, and that is because it is a female. Only males have horns. So the next area that we are going to enter into is going to be the Safi River. The Safi River is going to be home to some more of our aquatic habitated friends. On our left-hand side, we are going to have some Nile hippopotamus. Those Nile hippopotamus can actually weigh up to 5,500 pounds. They have the strongest bite in the world, and they do spend majority of their life underwater. So long, in fact, they can actually hold their breath for 8 minutes without having to come up for air. The Nile hippopotamus and the pink-backed pelican do have a symbiotic relationship, though, meaning they do like to help each other out when they can. So whenever the hippos are breached and their backs are out of the water, a lot of times you may be able to see a pink-backed pelican standing on top of it, and it just eats the bugs right off its back, keeps its friend clean. Over here on your left-hand side as well, you are going to see some Nile crocodiles today. That Nile crocodile can grow just as long as a giraffe is tall. It can also eat half of its body weight in one sitting. And this is because just in case that resources are scarce, they can actually hold on to all those nutrients from that one meal anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months. The next area we're going to enter today is going to be the Savannah. The Savannah is going to be home to our more famous friends like our lions, giraffes, and zebras. Make sure to keep those cameras ready because we never know who we're going to see, but I'll make sure to talk about everyone we do. On our right-hand side, we are going to see a tree that looks like it might be growing upside down. And it's going to be a baobab tree. And while that tree may look kind of lifeless, I assure you it is only leafless. It's leafless 8 months out of the year, and during its leafless months, it actually retains so much water that animals will actually try to get that water out if resources are scarce in their environment. And by a lot of water, I do mean 400,000 gallons. That's actually how it gets its nickname, the Tree of Life. You may have seen another Tree of Life growing today in the middle of Disney's Animal Kingdom. However, that one definitely had leaves on it. So as we enter the savannah today, a lot of our animals are on the other side right now because they do like to congregate. They have horns similar to a bongo. They do go back behind their head. However, it's not for quite the same reason. Those horns... So one way we can always tell they're Maasai giraffe is because of their more splotchy and reticulated spots. They can grow up to 15 to 20 feet tall and do spend most of their days eating and most of their life standing. So right here on your left-hand side, these are going to be elands. The eland is the largest antelope that we do have on Harambe's Reserve today. And one way you can always tell it's an eland is because their horns are a little bit shorter than that of the bongo, the greater kudu, and the sable antelope, but they're also a little bit spiraled. So on our right hand side, we are going to see one of our African elephants making an appearance today. So one way we can always tell that it's an African elephant is because they do have ears shaped just like the continent of Africa. That trunk that they are eating with back there is actually, that has more muscle groups in just the trunk alone than we do in our entire body. Heard just 15 minutes after birth. And right here on our right hand side, does anyone remember what this tree is called? Baobab. Greater flamingos. Our greater flamingos are known to get their pinkness. Oh, there's an anklet cattle right there. She has a good picture shot. He was ready for you. So the pinkness in the greater flamingo's feathers does come from the beta carotene found within inside shrimp. So a lot of times there are fishermen fishing around. They will look to see if there are any flamingos in the area and see just how pink they are. Because the pinker they are, well, that does mean that is how many shrimp are in the area, just a little bit more abundant. Does anyone know what a group of flamingos is called? Alright, don't worry guys, I'll tell you that too. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance, and yes, they do really stand on one leg for most of their day. However, some people don't realize they do have two legs. They gotta walk around somehow. So this is an area that we do typically see our white rhinos in, but they have been kind of on the other side of the savannah today. If you see right there in that mud pit, it's very large. They do like to wallow around in that mud. Whenever they do that, it does help cool down their bodies and protect their skin from the sun because the mud gets on it. The elephants do the same thing. However, they just pick up the mud with their nose and fling it over their back. If you look very closely on your left-hand side, we're going to see the fastest animals in the world. However, they are taking a nap today. Those are going to be some cheetahs. Those cheetahs can run up to 75 miles an hour. And they can go 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. And as they're going 0 to 60, they can only do that for a couple hundred yards because after all, that's a lot of work to be done at one time. Do I have any first times on the safari today? All right. Do I have any returners? Even better. Well, welcome along, everybody. I'm glad to have all of you guys on board. Y'all picked the very perfect way to end your day at Animal Kingdom. So this is typically where we may be able to see some of our lions. However, they may be resting right now. After all, the lions do like to rest anywhere from 15 to 20 hours a day. Oh, they're out. I spoke too soon. If you look right up there, I'll stop up here so you guys can get a good picture. However, they are going to be resting on their rock today. They do rest anywhere from 15 hours a day, as I was saying, and that is simply because it's pretty hard work to be the king of the jungle. A lion's roar can be heard anywhere from 5 miles away. And a lot of times people do think that the female lion just stays home with the cubs. However, the lioness actually does all of the hunting for their pride, while the male lion does the protecting.
Have a good night, guys.
Night.
We close at 11.
Okay.
have one there. Yeah, we're 1 hour. You want to sleep on the floor?